That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
I wonder what we can make with it.
No choice. Eat this! Here I come! You're finished!
Make it rain! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Gotta break through! Take this!
They're surrounding us!
Now you see what I can do!
How about
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara! Burning strike!
Glacial Spear!
Freeze laser!
Take this!
Far enough!
Swallow blade!
Radiant pierce!
Here I come! You're finished! Sonic thrust! This one's all mine! Here I come! You're finished! Swallow blade!
I'm gone!
Sonic thrust!
Now!
Oh! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
I need to be stronger.
What's this thing?
Hoo hoo. Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo.
Maybe something's going on in the forest. Go no further!
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
Light astral pierce in the wind!
Rising Wyvern! Damn it!
I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray! Up and at it! Let's go! By the
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
I'll be saving this one.
My fists are crushing it out there!
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. There's a nice breeze here. I've got something. I'll get you next time. Is this what I think it is? I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
Remarkable. You're top of the food chain.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what he... healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help. Something feels odd here. Beyond...
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
It's over! It's time! Get through! Longplay! Start up! Ignite!
Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're finished!
Ready to go!
Rising Wiper!
Now!
Start up!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
We're in for a long slog with this one!
Where are you going?
Start up!
This one's
You're
mine!
on! Slash!
Don't mind if I do.
Sonic thrust!
Now!
Pesky airborne scout!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Wow! Look what I just found.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art. When he slows down, that's our chance. You're finished. No further. Prepare to be sealed. No further. Strike. Strike. Rising Wiper. Prepare to be sealed. Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Let's talk and more doing.
Take this! Here I come! It's over! Can't get out of this! Swallow blade! Slap! Swallow blade!
In here.
Take
I'll be
this!
saving this.
It's over! Swallow blade! Now or never! Stroda! You're mine! You're on! Sonic thrust! Can't get out of this! Rising Wiper! Here I come! It's over! Pass through! Swallow blade! Slide! Sonic thrust!
This one's mine!
Lightning
Shot!
Raging
It's
cascade.
on!
Do it!
One! Hey! Blow them away!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine this sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. Match.
I got it.
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen. Seriously? Is this a joke?
Here I come! Eat dirt!
Handle this.
Try
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
These enemies aren't
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said
Milk
than
and
done.
plate here!
Prepare to be sealed! Destruction!
Legion snelling to me.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov!
Searing flame, reload!
Demon Fang!
Flame, reload!
Destruction! Be still!
Shining supernova!
Lunar Rover! Tear!
Let's get you all tucked away. Hear me! Flame of fury!
This one's mine!
Lightning! More retardal ray!
Rising Falcon!
Sweet dreams!
Your power is a spectacle to behold!
I'm not trying to be dramatic with it. Still, it's a part of me. Embrace it.
Make it rain!
Remote!
Astral Astral energy!
Say no more!
With this, I can become even stronger.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Take it!
Thunderblade!
It's over! Try this!
Now!
Turn the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Right. No time to hold back.
First aid! Gale force! Dance in the wind! I'll bring you back from death to this. Photon I'll bring you back from death to this. Splat! Resuscitation! You want me? Come get me! Out of ammo!
Be still!
Dance in the wind! To the fray! This
Down!
is it!
Tear!
Thunderblade!
These bad guys really don't mess around.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercise.
Out of our way!
Demon Fang!
Mega Ray!
Crush it!
Not in your dreams!
Crush! You're pissed off! You're finished!
Like moths to the flame.
Do it! It's showtime! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training.
That's what I like to hear.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking,
Do it!
more pummeling.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Switch
You're mine! Rising Rider!
Here's evil! Light astral
You're on!
energy! Make it rain!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nicely done. I have a bad feeling about this.
You're mine! It's over! You picked the wrong fight! Get through! Slash!
Do it!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
Rising Warper!
Flame!
Rising Falcon!
Photon
Demon Fang!
Reload!
Demon Fang!
This will come in handy.
One more!
That's my cue!
It's over!
Shut him down.
Destruction!
Make it rain!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart. Let's dispose of the trash.
They're surrounding us!
This one's mine! Swallow Blade! Here I go!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Time to
You're
stop!
finished!
This will come in
Destruction!
Healing
Crush!
All right.
Destruction!
Where was I?
Crush!
Radiant light!
I owe you one!
Raging storm! Now!
Do faster! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique.
It's over! This one's all mine!
Slut!
Burn through! Sonic Thrust! Slut!
I'll be...
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Hear me! Flaming
Now! Take this!
Burning!
Ha!
Whoa! Hey! One at a time!
Crush!
In here!
Dazzle! Luna Roga! Destruction!
This
Here I come! It's over!
In here!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
Going in! By the power of water! Can't
You're mine!
Whoa!
Slut!
One at a time!
Sonic Thrust! Not killed! I'm not done! Sonic Thrust! Be still!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Looks like we came out on top.
We just need to make sure we stay there.
Right. And without totally overdoing it. This might... be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
What's this thing?
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Wait now. Going in. Reload! If it's in the sky, it's mine. One more.
It's over! Make it ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! You're mine! You're finished!
Going in.
Sonic Thrust! Tiger Blade! It's over! Slash!
Make it ready.
I need to be stronger.
Sure builds up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
No
I'll
choice!
heal you all.
Here I come! It's over!
Not in your dreams. Healing
Going in! Take this! One more! Now you left me!
Here's evil.
Swallow Blade!
Hey, that straight laser. Light after light. Here I go.
Take this! Burn in hell!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that.
Lightning Thrust! Here I come! It's over!
I'm out of ammo. I'm all stuck. Do it. Photon, this ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that way.
Yes, my lady?
Make it rain!
Something you wanted to say? This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I won't forgive you.
Take this! You're finished!
I never miss.
Slash!
This is
Sonic
mine.
Thrust!
That's it.
Take this! Come and face me!
Do it. Lightning orb. Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Take this! You're finished!
Can't be healing. Flawless flight.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Smash you!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
With this, I can become even stronger. This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Not today!
Going in.
I'm not done! Slash! No further! Take this!
Going in. Photon blast.
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Primed and ready.
Be still! Tear!
Laser spear. Pierce evil. This one. Freeze laser. Here's the
Take
blast in the
this!
wind.
It's over!
Fire blade.
Straight up!
Lightning
You're mine!
I'll take you all on!
Flare the Malisa!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I feel sprightlier than before.
No choice.
Right here! I got it!
I can carve through walls!
This one's mine!
Don't mind if I do.
It's time! Strike! Rising Wyvern!
Look sharp!
Soda!
One more!
Tiger
Do
Blade.
it!
Shield!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on.
That thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
You're finished! Crush! Can't get out of this on! Take this! Slide!
I thought you more defensively minded.
Defense via threat elimination.
So the best defense is a good offense.
Ignite!
Here's the lightning condemned, burning.
You're mine! It's over!
Here's the evil.
Flash! Swallow Blade!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Go no further.
Take this! Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Going in! Swallow Blade!
That's it.
Destruction!
An expert coming through.
Get behind me!
Take this!
Thunder Blade. Here.
Crush!
Tiger
Sonic Thrust! Crush! Sonic Thrust!
Time to shine.
Take this!
Radiant Brilliant.
Sonic
Out
Thrust!
of ammo. Back in my spread.
Destruction!
Annihilation.
You're mine! You're finished!
One more. Dance in the wind. You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
This one's all mine!
One shot. Air thrust. Glacial spear. Here's the make it rain.
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
Guess I misread the landing.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn! Look sharp!
A comfortable win.
Hi, Hoodle! Where are you going?
Here I come! It's over! Swallow Blade! Destruction!
Glacial Spear! Here's let the marksman handle
Be
this!
still! You're on! We got fire!
I got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours! Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? You're most comfortable at a range, aren't you? I'm not really built for close quarters combat. Nor am I. Don't worry, I'll help you keep away. Raging storm!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahagsar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? It's over!
Can't get out of this!
Here. You're mine! You picked the wrong picks to finish her down!
This one's
Now our chance.
piercing roar!
Take this.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? Let's
Take
get
this!
tucked away.
I owe you one.
Enjoy.
Did they not teach you to say thank you in Dana? Not to a Renan, they don't.
Sonic Drum! Hit through! Sonic Drum!
Out of ammo.
You're mine!
Annihilation. Radiant Shatter. Supernova. Radiant Cascade. In here.
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
It's over! I'm gone!
Enjoy.
Yeah! You're on! Rising sun!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
What's that big tower over there?
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
You guys checked your... equipment lately? Guess I misread the landing.
We've reached our destination.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom, rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, You mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Not this way, I guess.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If
Shut
so,
your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that. Maybe it's 'cause you and that little lady are friends and more.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renans as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renans. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him, too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I train day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What the?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Well? Mm-hmm. Well...
I see. Oh.
Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area for clues or something?
Hey! Maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I hate camping out.
Not this way, I guess. Always good to be back in familiar territory.
I sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like Arch.
Oh yeah? How's this? Great!
Yes. Hey.
Good.
Really? What? Yes!
All right. Right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes!
Over there.
Huh? Yes!
All right.
Yes!
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure, as long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe this.
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now?
Yes! What?
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Not done!
It's over!
Here I come! You're mine!
On guard!
You're fit!
Here goes!
Raging Storm!
Ignite!
Burning Throttle! Laser Spear!
Try
Here's
this!
evil!
Look sharp! Infernal Torrent!
Over! Come on! Raging You have to hold on! Blind light!
Right here! I got you! Look sharp!
This one's mine! Light up Raging Cascade!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of force. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
You're finished!
By the power of water!
Sonic thrust!
Supernova!
Rising Wyvern! Swallow Blade! Take this! It's over! Swallow Blade!
Glacier Spear!
Swallow Blade!
That'll teach us for getting... Cocky.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beat. Beating the Renans. This is...
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Why didn't the Ren...
Go no further!
Here I come!
Thunder Denied!
Here I come! It's over!
Mega
You're
Ray!
mine! You're finished!
Tempest!
Stop!
More where that came
You're
from!
on! Swallow Blade!
Light and
It's I'll smash you! You're finished! Pierce through!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more
Eat
doing!
this!
One more! Tiger Blade!
Clear escape! Slash! Swallow Blade!
This one's mine! That's it!
You're mine!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Out of my way! Where are you going?
You're mine!
Look sharp!
You're finished! Swallow Blade!
Mine!
Slash!
Lightning!
Sonic
I'm
thrust!
ready!
Pierce through!
This one's mine! Raging! Do it! What did they just...
In an instant! Impact Cross!
You're
mine! You're finished!
Far enough! Photon dead to the
This
wind!
one's all mine!
Air thrust! Make it rain!
Here I come!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I need to be stronger.
This will be a delicious...
another.
Slash! Too shy to come over?
Here, careful! It has some kind of camouflage!
I'll smash you!
Into
In a bind?
Dance in the wind! In here!
Going in!
Sonic thrust!
Tiger Blade!
Swallow blade!
I'll show you just how strong my arts really are!
This one's mine! That's it! Tiger Blade!
Here goes! I'll heal you
Here
all!
I come! Take this!
This one's
You're
mine!
finished!
Hey, one at a time!
Slash!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Take this! It's over!
Here, let me help!
I owe you one! Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
Take this!
Come on!
You're
Here I go!
finished!
You have
This one's all mine!
You're mine!
Take this!
Flaming Meteor!
Slash! Pierce through!
I'll bring you back from death to
Prepare! Hold nothing back! Take this! You're finished!
Resuscitation!
Will this help?
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
I owe you one! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Thunderfield!
Take this!
Raging Power of water!
Not today!
Annihilation! In here! Lightning! Down there with the others!
Inferno turret!
Supernova! Where are you going?
Swallow blade!
Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Will
You're
this help?
finished!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
No complaints here!
Going in!
Swallow blade!
Time to
Heal!
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Dance in the wind! No more playing nice! Here's a healing arc!
Can't get out of this!
Get on in there with the others!
Look sharp.
Armor won't save you!
Annihilate now!
Tiger Blade!
Be still!
By the power of water!
Strike!
Flaming Meteor!
Shield!
Will this help? Time to shine.
Healing circle!
Now I can let loose!
Ready to go.
Okay, here I go!
Take this.
Here I go!
Raging Cascade!
It's
Now!
over!
Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
I won't forgive you! Lightning can
Eat dirt!
On guard.
Slash!
That's it.
Try this!
Tiger Blade!
Inferno turret! Now!
Annihilation!
Slash!
Back into the fray.
Got fires!
Look
I've
sharp.
got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great! That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Is every shield you own that big?
Here. You want to try holding it?
Ugh. How do you even walk with this thing?
No choice.
Meteor!
Dance over the casket! Dance in the wind!
You're finished!
Hey, that
Now or never.
Here!
Swallow blade!
Dance in the wind! Healing circle! Seal!
Appreciate the help.
I'll be saving this one! Seal! Annihilation! Let's get you off the way!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing magic Gazam! Cyclone! Electric coming through! Dance in the wind! Sleep now. I'll be saving this one. Radiant blood! Back into the fray!
This isn't ideal.
Blah, blah, blah. That's it. Crossblade! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
You picked the wrong...
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Here goes! Burning thrust!
Glacial spear.
Dance in the wind!
Sleep now. Get on in there with the others. Here's a healing art. Oh, magic is
And just like that,
here.
I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
In a bind?
I'm only getting
You see
started.
what I can do!
Back into the fray.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara. Annihilation. This one's mine. Annihilation. Cyclone. Dance in the wind.
Hold nothing back!
Healing circle.
I can only rely on
Dance in the
myself.
wind.
Wyvern!
Air thrust. Here's a healing art. Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Dance in the wind. In here. Glacial spear.
Not today!
Blah, blah, blah. Magic. Sleep now. Cyclone. Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Take
Not feeling so hot.
Take it easy. You'll hurt yourself.
Sorry. Didn't mean to make you worry.
This'll come in handy. Sealed.
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Cyclone.
Make it rain!
Let me help. Alpin. Astral energy.
Say no more.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Yeah! Reel it in. Anybody could reel in that.
Not too shabby, friend.
Is there a reason you're looking at me so...
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? I mean, that unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gald we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danan hero that's been passed down for generations.
Like I said, I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hootle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hootle's wings aren't even black. Huh. Easy peasy.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little? I noticed you haven't been training Hootle lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah, more than okay, really. It feels natural having Hootle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh, I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister, and Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hootle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog!
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Of course they do! If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wish we didn't have to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hootle for a bit. We should really get some rest. I want to go back to bed.
Let's dispose of the trap.
Dance in the wind! Sleep now.
Tiger
Banana, let's go!
Radiant Pierce!
Dance in the wind!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Here's a healing art! in the wind!
First aid!
Sleep now.
Radiant
this way. Blah, 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 magic! Sleep now.
Annihilation!
This one's mine!
This'll come in handy.
It's go time!
Dance in the wind! I'll heal you all.
Can't get out of this! Armor won't save you!
Dance in the wind! Sleep now. Get on in there with the others. Sleep now. Here's a healing art.
Heal that face!
Blah, 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 magic! Cyclone!
Dance in the wind!
Let me out.
Seal! This will come in handy.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! By the power of water!
Magic is there! Sweet now. Let's get you all back to
Here,
work.
let me help.
Magic is there! Cyclone! Dance in the wind!
Megasonic
Air
thrust!
thrust! Hit me! Flame of fire! Dance in the wind!
Glacial spear!
Seal! Freeze lancer!
This one's mine!
Oh, magic is there! Sweet now.
Bring you back from death abyss!
Not in your dreams! Dance in the
This
wind!
one's mine.
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! I can do this all day!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika! Will this help?
Dance in the wind! Seal! Healing circle!
Armor won't save you!
Get on in there with the others! Cover the caster!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! You're mine! No further!
Blah, 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 magic!
Here I come! The power of
Dance in the wind! Sweet now. Get on in there with the others!
On guard!
Seal!
Turbo Demon! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Blah, 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 magic! Cyclone!
Finish it!
Dance in the... This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I felt better, that's for sure.
I won't forgive you!
Dance in the...
Shattering pieces!
Going in! Take
In here!
Tiger Blade!
This'll come in handy.
Not today!
Here's a blah, 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 magic! Cyclone! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Here's a healing Dance in the wind! First aid! Sleep now. Let's get you all tucked away.
One more! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Excited. Blah, 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 magic! In here! This'll come in handy.
Here I go!
It's over!
This one's mine!
Magic is there! Cyclone! Here's a healing wind! First aid! Sleep now. I'll be saving this one. Seal! This'll come in handy.
Glacial spear!
Here's the Freeze Lancer!
Oh, too shy to come over!
Dragon!
Thank you.
No further!
Magic is there! Cyclone!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Dance in the wind!
Amazing.
In here! This'll come in handy.
Far enough!
Oh, magic is there! Seal! More for the stockpile! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Thank you. Dance in the wind! Seal! Get on in there with the others.
Shattering the pieces!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that. Seal! I'll be saving this one. Here's evil. Dance!
It's time!
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! One more time! Dance in the wind! Cover the caster!
Is this it?
No more midnight
Don't leave me all alone
Dance
here.
in the wind! In here! Linwell! It's nothing. I'm all right. You get the
Going
gist.
in.
Cyclone!
One more.
Blah, blah, blah.
Tiger Blade.
Air thrust! Blah, blah, blah.
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Good to know my training is... paying off.
Gotta break through!
This one's mine! Dance in the wind! Sleep now! Omega Ray!
How about Infernal Torrent?
Light Astral
Rising
Energy!
Wyvern!
Banana, let's
Rising
go!
Phoenix!
Thunderblade!
Slash! Swallow
This
Blade!
one's
Pesky
mine.
airborne scoundrel.
Get behind
Sounds
me!
like a job for yours truly!
You're finished!
Annihilation!
Take this!
Lightning condemned!
This
Thunderblade!
over!
One more! I'm all
Slash!
stopped up!
Swallow
Mega
Blade!
Ray! Now!
Lord,
Annihilation!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Here I come!
Blaze Lancer!
Pierce
Lightning
through!
condemned! Thunderblade!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Not today!
Don't mind if I do!
You're mine!
Lightning
It's
Orb!
over!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Stardust!
Tiger Blade!
You're finished!
Who wants to die
Here I
next?
come! You're finished! Pierce through!
Tiger Blade!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Who? 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 Who?
Gotta break through!
Marksman handled
Take this!
Armor won't save you!
Swallow Blade!
This one's mine.
You're mine!
Shiny Supernova!
Sonic Thrust! Come one, come all!
Raging Cascade! Seal!
It's over!
Let's get
Here
you
I
out of
come!
the way!
You're finished!
Reload!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Time to reload!
To me!
I'm out of it! Coming through! I'm all stopped up!
Take this! Burn in hell! Take this! No escape!
Take this!
No further!
Raging
Here I
Cascade!
come!
It's over!
Swallow Blade!
Fresh!
Sonic
Dance
Thrust!
in the wind!
This one's mine.
Sleep now! Don't mind if I
Blade.
do! Do it!
Here I come!
Shion,
Go for it!
prepare to crumble. Any chance we could make the next time a little bit warmer?
Does it look like it comes with a thermostat?
Take this! I'll smash you!
I'm on getting started! Let's go!
You're mine! It's over! Sonic Thrust!
Radiant Here goes!
Take this!
You made me angry. That
It's
was a
over.
bad idea. Lock up the door.
Pierce through!
I'm ready to
Sonic
pierce
Thrust!
evil.
Lightning orb! Freeze lancer!
Take this!
Astral arts?
That's my cue.
The earth throbs.
Shut him down!
In a bind?
Sonic thrust! You're mine! Sonic thrust!
Mega ray!
Now!
Now!
Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you.
Healing circle!
Okay, here I go.
Flame of fury! In here!
Glacial spear.
Here's evil! Dance in the wind! Freeze laser!
This one's mine.
Get on in there with the others! In here! Healing circle in the sky!
Now where was I?
Blah blah blah! Cyclone!
This one's mine.
Searing flame! Tiger blade! Dance in the wind! In here! Hey, that...
Now see what you said?
Coming through! Ha!
Now!
Scarlet Inferno!
Blah blah blah! Magic! Art sealed! This will come in handy!
Not today!
Magic Gazam! Cyclone! Dance in the wind! Healing circle!
Now or never.
Searing flame! Blah blah blah! Magic! Radiant here! Back into the fray! Sleep now! Searing flame! Reload!
Take this! Now you see what I can do!
Healing circle! Dance!
One more!
Air thrust! I will drink all day! Dance right back at her! Annihilation! Not on my watch! In here! Get on in there with the others! Sleep now!
This one's mine!
Searing cyclone! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Swordlane Alpha!
Dance in the wind! In here! Magic Gazam! Sealed! Healing circle!
Take this! Thunder touch!
Searing circle! And then
Take this!
Going in! Cyclone!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Let me have
Rising Wiper!
Take this!
Here, go get him! One
I don't have much left.
Dance in the
Denied!
wind! Here I go! Air thrust!
This one's mine!
Make it rain! Shion,
Go for it!
prepare to crumble.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. I sense a strange... power from this.
That enemy looked... strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to...
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Ignite!
Here goes!
Rollerblade! Try this!
Can't be the
It's
one!
so tough!
This works! Mega ray!
Try harder! Now!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
You're finished!
Not in your dreams! Healing circle! Hey, that...
Destruction!
Hear me! Hey,
Make
that...
it rain! Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Decided! And again!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Air thrust!
Sonic thrust!
Light astral energy!
Destruction!
Here's evil!
Take this! You're finished!
That's it!
Destruction!
Wind astral energy!
Make it rain!
Time to spear! Here's
Leave
evil!
the chargers to me.
Time to laser!
You're mine!
Can't be swallowed!
Make it rain!
Sonic thrust!
You're mine! Rage! Listen! Sleep now! Ray! Get on in there with the others!
Burn!
Banana, now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With this, I can become even stronger.
Who?
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Mahag Sar, a land where the winds scar and the clouds stretch far.
Kisara? What is he doing?
Reciting a poem, apparently. Just let him be.
Little hell! This one's mine!
Take this!
Thunderblade!
Longplay!
Flaming meteor! Glacial spear! Piercing!
It's over!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Stardust! Take this! It's over! Mirage!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're finished!
Mirage!
Longplay! Hook shot!
Take this! Did you see this coming?
Here I
Glacial
come!
fire!
It's over!
Do it!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
I can feel my precision improving.
Out of our way!
In a bind!
Shield and mace!
Glacial spear!
You're mine!
Look sharp!
Take
this!
Blade! It's right here! I got you! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Rising
Make it rain!
Frozen!
Hammer!
I still got a ways to go.
Hey, it's that ingredient.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You're mine! You're finished!
Time to shine!
Searing flame! Reload!
Destruction! Slide! I'll take you all on!
Now we're never... cascades!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Shield, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I think the enemy's getting desperate.
Got them where we want them.
Don't tip your hand, though.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking,
Well,
more
we're on the home cut them apart to your heart's
Leave the
content.
ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and bubbling to me!
Swallow blade!
Glacial fire! Tiger blade!
Shield!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not a chance!
Not by a long
Escape.
shot.
Sonic thrust! Rising wyvern!
A banana! Let's go!
We're in good form.
What's this thing?
No choice.
I never miss!
Swallow blade! Try this!
Raging cascade!
And swallow turret!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me to escape.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Hurricane thrust!
I've used a bit too much healing.
do my best!
You're mine! Burn in hell! Try this!
In here!
Infernal torrent!
Radiant Blade! I'm out of ammo!
Destruction!
Longplay! Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Enough!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Pierce through!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Here goes! Do
Rising
it!
light! Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Air thrust!
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit? That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You're finished!
Give the heartbeat!
Here's the
Rising
dance to the
light!
wind!
Take this!
Feel!
Mirage!
Get you off
Pierce
underway!
through!
Mega Red! Thunderbolt!
Rising
I
Wyvern!
can do this all
Rising-
day! Flame of
got
fury!
fire!
I've got leave the enemy's arch to me! Handle it!
Milk all yours!
Radiant
Pierce through!
All right!
Swallow blade!
Now you see what I can do!
Take this!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Into the shadows!
Look sharp!
Radiant Storm! Here! Tiger Blast!
Quit staring and concentrate on the
Rising
fight.
Wyvern!
I don't take orders from you.
Here I come!
Sleep now.
Make it rain!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
We should be able to cook here.
I feel all bent out of...
Done. This is sure to give...
Shion, could we talk a moment?
You go ahead and sleep. I'm going to grab another bite to eat first. Morning. Ready to head out?
This place gives me the creeps. You really think that lord is hiding out here?
Be careful. The air is dense with astral energy. Something's not quite right about this place.
How are you able to pick up on all this stuff anyway? Is it something that all astral arts wielders can do?
I must admit, I'm curious myself. Perhaps her Danon bloodline has something to do with it.
Dohalim.
Apologies. I meant no disrespect.
Stay alert, everyone. There's a good chance that she already knows we're here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Finally, some open space again.
That food there looks pretty tasty.
Yep, we can fix that new recipe with it.
I eagerly await the final result.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! Got you! Where are you going? Dance in the wind! Here I come! In here! Graviton! More for the stockpile!
Destruction! Lightning thrust! Tear!
You want me? Come get me! In here! No! Art seal! Here I go! Leave the enemy's arm to me!
No complaints here!
Not on my watch!
Here I come! You're finished! Sonic thrust!
This one's mine! Radiant, this ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Good to know my training is paying off.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
No
Let the
choice!
marksman handle this!
Like moths to the flame.
Ignite!
Mega Ray! Wind astral energy! Raging cascade! Flame of fury! In here!
Blending blast!
Get on
Take
down
this!
here! Wind astral energy!
Hey there! Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Here I go!
Pierce evil!
Look sharp!
Lightning
Blending
orb!
blast!
Hit now!
Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara.
My turn!
How about this?
I'm not done!
Searing flame!
Rising Wyvern!
Make it break! Here!
Blow them away! Now! You're mine!
Piercing roar!
It's
Make it
over!
rain! Relay!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Not a chance!
Astral energy!
Swallow blade!
Lightning! Snowfall!
Rising Wyvern!
Your steel force! Going in! Into the fray! Swing thrust!
The heavens must be smiling.
What's this thing? I see plenty of ruins around here, too. Must have been a big town bustling with people back in the day.
For crown contest participants, places such as these are but vectors for the astral.
No choice! You're mine!
This one's mine!
This one's all mine!
Raging cascade! I'm out of it once! In here! Anything in order is all mine! Astral energy!
Take this!
Send the road that
Burn in hell!
Will this help?
Sonic thrust!
Dance in the wind!
Looking fierce on the Ringwell.
You must be running off on me! It's over! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Well then, I should probably think about tonight's menu.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
Right, here goes!
Piercing
Now you see what I can do!
Into the shadows!
You're mine!
Shining
Pierce
supernova!
through!
Dance
require
in the
help.
wind!
Look
Feel.
shot! Can't get out of this!
This'll come in handy.
Take this! Pierce through! Blending flash! Pierce through!
There!
Sonic
Down!
thrust! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
I'll do my best! Going in!
Here I come!
Far enough!
It's on! Try this! Stop!
Here, let me help! This one's mine!
Burn! Now
Lightning
more!
cascade!
Tiger
Ready?
Flame! You've got a knack for battle.
I still plan on training, though.
That's what I like to hear.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
You require help.
Blending flash! Take this!
Glacial Pyre!
Great!
Guess I misread the landing.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
You're finished! No further! Sonic thrust!
Flame!
Try this!
Raging cascade! Radiant pierce! Fresh!
Rising Rider! Tear!
Air thrust!
Got fire!
I've got
I owe you one.
Let a marksman handle it!
All yours! Blending flash!
There for the
Sonic
flame!
thrust! This one's all mine!
Look sharp!
Stardust!
It's go time! Sweet dreams!
Take this!
So those are Dan and Astral.
Something you want to say?
Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
With this, I can become even stronger.
I'll do my best!
Take this! Eat dirt!
Radiant pierce!
Will this
Rising
leave
Wyvern!
the chargers to me?
Lightning condemned! Healing
Rising
fire!
Rocket!
Hey, that
Blending flash!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Strut! Stardust!
Tiger Flame!
Rising Falcon!
This one's mine.
Here I come!
Make it rain!
So those are Dan and Astral Arts.
something you want to say?
Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
Sonic thrust! Try this!
We won that by a mile.
An opponent like this should be easy.
I can carve through armor!
Power of water! Time to shine! Thunderfield! Flame of fury!
They're high as thick as armor.
Come one, come all.
Take this!
I can carve through armor!
You're mine!
Sonic thrust!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
You pick time! I'll leave it to you!
Pierce through! Try this!
Look sharp.
We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling. Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Going in far enough.
You're finished!
You're mine!
Now or never.
Swallow blade! Slash! Swallow blade!
Take this.
Slash!
Turn
Swallow
away.
blade! Sonic thrust! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this! You're finished!
This one's
Anything
mine.
in armor is all mine!
Pierce through! Swallow blade! Mirage!
We can really make weapons with this?
There's a nice breeze here.
Ha!
Oh, we've got a lively one. That was disappointing. All right. Dagnabbit! It got away.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Want something to munch on, Hoot? Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep. Come on, guys. We've got lots to do.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
finally made it.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. I suppose if you're a lord going into hiding, a forest is one place to turn.
We don't know for sure she's here. Keep looking.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
Guess I misread the landing.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Here I come! This one's all mine!
This one's mine!
Take this!
Another deal.
Blade! Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Sleep now.
Here I come! You're finished!
Flying free? Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're on!
Stopped up.
You're through!
Annihilation.
Now! You're mine!
Here.
It's over!
The heavens must be smiling.
Gotta break through! Take this!
I can carve through armor! Glacial fire!
Sonic thrust!
On guard!
Try this!
Take cover when it calls up!
Shattering the...
Pieces! Attack time! On guard! Slash! I'll stop its charge! Armor
Thanks,
won't
Kisara.
save you! Glacial fire!
No armor! Stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Eat dirt!
Time to
You're
shine!
mine! You're finished!
On guard!
Through!
Take it!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the front.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me. Sleep now. Mega ray. Annihilation.
Look sharp!
Sonic thrust!
Look sharp!
Here I come!
One more!
No further!
Tiger blade! Looking good out there!
Just getting started.
That's the
Totally!
spirit!
In an instant! Impact block!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Xion.
For the hideout of a runaway lord, this place is a lot bigger than I was expecting.
Do you think she had it built with that in mind?
No. Personally, I think this used to be part of a Danon castle or fortress of some sort.
How can you tell?
For one thing, it doesn't look like a storehouse. For another, it's old, and you can tell it was built to let people hole up inside of it.
Huh. I'll take your word for it. I don't know the first thing about brick. You know, I've always thought you were a smart little cookie, but damn, Rinwell, you really know your stuff.
It's no big deal. I've just read a lot of books is all.
If this is meant to be a castle, there wasn't much to it above ground. Are there such things as underground castles?
There probably used to be more of it above ground. That is, until 300 years ago.
So the main structure must have been lost during the time of the invasion, with only the underground part remaining. And then this lord decided to use it for her own purposes. Have I got that right?
But what reason could she have for using this place instead of staying back in her own castle?
That's what we're here to find out. Whatever it is, she's up to no good.
Right. It's all the more reason we need to hurry up and find her before it's too late.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Shield and ready!
Ready and break! If it curls up, time to get out of the way.
Will this help?
Blind freak! What if they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of that?
No sooner said than done!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
I'm all stuck up!
Old-fashioned and offensive!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara!
You're finished! Rising Wyvern!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance!
Dance in the wind!
Take it!
Seal!
Swallow blade!
Now!
Totally! Hey! Blow them away!
Well, looky here.
What's this thing?
Out of our way! Raging captivity! Generation! Dance in the wind!
Pierce through! Strike!
Healing circle!
Pierce through!
Take a break! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I can only radiant shield!
The enemy wields arcs too.
We'll soon see about that.
Rising Wyvern! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Here I come!
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stand this right.
Swallow blade! Pierce through! Swallow blade! Slash! This one's coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern! Hurricane Thrust! We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right, no time to hold back.
Glacial!
Slash! Look shot! Swallow blade! That's it! Sonic Thrust!
Tiger! Make it
Right! Kick!
Now you see what I can do!
All stuffed up!
Slash! Look shot!
I need to be stronger.
This place is full of weird machinery, old and new. Just what the hell was she doing here?
By all appearances, the sort of unsavory research she wouldn't want to see divulged.
Even to other Renans? That's a scary thought. Is it just me, or is anyone else peckish? I'll do my best!
You're mine! Not today!
This one's mine! And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
All right, here I come!
Make it quick!
Pick up. Take! Blow them away!
Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle?
This place goes pretty deep underground.
It was probably built that way so it could still be used, even if the above-ground portion got destroyed.
Perhaps that's why it's still here, and why it was made into her hideout. It would certainly stand to reason. It would appear we can descend down where the railing has fallen apart.
What? Are you serious?
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Hi, Hoodle!
Swallow take this!
Radiant launch! Reload! I'm out!
Armor won't save
Get behind me!
Healing blow!
Its armor's too strong.
Then split it open!
Be my guest.
Rising target! Destruction! Lightning thrust!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
This one's all mine! No further!
Steering
Here I come!
Reload!
It's over! Slot! Swallow blade! Sonic thrust!
We managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things could shift at a moment's notice.
You're right. Better stay alert.
Rising wyvern! Stretch!
Tiger blade!
Rising falcon!
I owe you one for that.
Into the shadows! In the wind!
Burn in hell!
Take this! Now, operation!
Law! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
No, here's the evil! In here!
Look sharp.
It's over!
Breathing water!
I can feel my power growing.
By all appearances, it would seem she was researching something here.
You think so? What kind of research could she have been doing in a place like this?
Your guess is as good as mine. Hardly anything the likes of us could imagine.
If we assume it was because this area is rich in astral energy, then it's possible she could have been doing any number of things.
Indeed. Renan castles and spirit vessels are often found in such locations. Intriguingly, Danon ruins are also known for their abundant energy.
You Renans attacked us. Don't act like you're just some...
Sheesh, enough already. This isn't the place to pick a fight over this.
How can you be so calm listening to all of this? You suffered at the hands of guys like him too.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm calm.
bad feeling about this.
Armor won't save you!
Radiant Pierce! Shield for
Sonic
Radiant
Thrust!
Blood here! I'm out!
Blending Blast!
Annihilation!
You're mine!
Hear me out! Flame of Fury! Burning Radiant
All back in their defense!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Here's our will!
You're finished!
Raging Tornado!
Rising Falcon!
Ready and rip! Do it!
Swallow Blade! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on.
Yes, my lady?
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Little help! Here's your dream!
That's it!
Lightning orb!
If you want me, come get me! Pierce through! This one is mine!
Tested one!
Got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle now!
Prepare to be... Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, let me help!
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
First aid!
Swallow Blade! Sonic Thrust!
Burning Fury!
Pierce through! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a
Sonic
hero!
Thrust!
This one's mine!
Take this!
Astral energy!
Not today! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that thing.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Appreciate the help!
Did you just heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
Lightning raging
Take it, Ray!
Annihilation!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Looks like it could be worth something.
No further!
Come and face me! It's so try harder! My turn!
Going in!
Front! Pierce through! Swallow Blade!
Here goes! I'm only getting started!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
It sounds like a job for yours truly!
No
Thanks, Isara!
stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Try this!
Get out of the wind!
Blending Blast!
Sleep now!
Sonic Thrust!
This will come in handy!
Flaming meteor!
This one's all mine!
Supernova!
Hey, now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Sonic Thrust! Pierce through! Sonic Thrust! Pierce through!
Swallow Blade! Now,
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
steer into the wind!
Sonic Thrust!
Going in!
Slide! Take Swallow Blade!
Tiger Blade! Another
Slide!
arrow!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet and...
The true power of the blazing sword.
It's only as strong as the one who wields it.
You truly mean that? Thank you.